Day 11 Wall. We're grateful you're here. We're happy to be here. Such a joy to have you. Today, we're going to start off by reading an excerpt from the book we've been doing. You know, that 40-day meditation in conjunction with helping us to lead this 21-day meditation with you. So Day 11, Indecision is the title of this chapter. And the quote, "Waiting is painful. Forgetting is painful, but not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering." Paulo Coelho. I'm not sure if we said that right, but anyway. We also wrote down, indecision, procrastination, and lack of commitment are silent monsters for many people. All choices have consequences. Choice does not equal more freedom. Choice does not equal more freedom. Schwartz, in The Paradox of Choice, maintains too many choices cause you to have lofty expectations, and it is these expectations that lead to disappointment. They say knowledge is power, but we have trained our brains to have attention deficit by multitasking. We strive for freedom in our culture, yet the exact thing we want so often is the exact thing which prevents us from obtaining it. Where indecision abides, displeasure, disruption, and anxiety pervades. We want a lightning bolt to come out of the sky and strike us with clarity, erasing all confusion, bringing us definitive answers to our questions. We strive for certainty, even though nothing in our universe is absolute. You want to know what to do with your life? Follow your bliss and enjoy your journey. You're pretending. Stop it. The universe only knows yes. So if you send it mixed messages via indecision, it must reflect to you mixed messages and more confusing signs. The only opponent is yourself. Say yes. Day 11 in practice. Demand your must-haves. Law of emergent evolution. When the individual demands and commands the subconscious and subjective mind, our universal laws are set into motion. Say no to things that don't speak to your heart. Say no to things that don't speak to your heart. You can ask these questions of yourself. What must you have in your relationship? What must you have for your health? What must you have financially? What must you have to be self-expressive? Are you willing to do what it takes to obtain your must-haves? What wisdom do you need to embody to be the person equivalent to having this? Oh, and we love that. That was a great little excerpt. We hope you enjoyed. We get a little passionate because that book is really intense, but we love it. Like every day we learn something new and it helps us to grow and expand and it brings us such joy. We also wanted to share real quick before we get into our meditation stuff, a drawing that we created called the Empress from a deck of tarot cards that we have. And we drew it in reverse because we picked it in reverse. And we found lots of interesting things. And we drew it once, and then we came back to it, like we drew it all green, and then we came back to it with a new perspective because we ended up pulling the card again, like literally not even 2 days later. And when we shuffled the deck, okay? So it wasn't like it just was on top. Like we shuffled and it still came up. And that was what was important, right? And you can look at it any which way you want, but we drew it reverse both times, which is always interesting. We just wanted to share that with you a little bit, because we're also wearing green today, because we're also focusing on, that's right, our mantra for the day is Yam, like yam, but Yam. And our mudra is actually similar to our Lam, right? But instead now we're doing it like this, okay? So, and we kind of like to keep them here because this is where our heart chakra is. A lot of people like to rest them in their hands, but we like to kind of keep the mudras where the chakra point is to help remind us where it is, what it means, and all that kind of stuff. So now you'll be able to actually kind of see us do the mudra, although we're gonna take these off because we don't need these anymore. Well, we need them for our daily life, just not for this video. Right, this is the heart chakra. This is the element of love. This is the divine realm of unconditional love. In addition, it is represented by the color green, and which is why we're wearing green. There's a couple of spirit animals that we believe embody love, but keep in mind, right, you can have any animal that you feel embodies love, but we're gonna give you 4 so that you have something to focus on if you don't have an idea of what an animal that embodies love today. So the antelope or deer, and then the hummingbird or dove. And these are all wonderful animals that embody love in some kind of way. We think about the hummingbird and how fast it beats, like the heart, how fast it beats, and how the dove flies and it's beautiful and it's this white purity thing. And the antelope, the graceful antelope and deer that leap through the air, that embody this and embrace this love. Excuse us. Anyway, we're moving on. Our start, we accept, we're gonna start that again. We expect and accept all flow easily to me. So again, we expect and accept all to flow easily to me. We expect and accept all to flow easily to me, to flow easily to me, which doesn't always happen, but we try, and that's what matters. And do it with joy, do it with love and passion, right? Do it happy, you know? Remember, we're not gonna get taught too much, but imperfection is perfection. When we mess up, it's not a mess up, it's divine. So keep that in mind next time. Your task for the day is to answer these questions. Number 1, how hard should you work to enjoy all? Truly. Number 2, in what areas of life would you like to get more of? Number 3, what changes should you make, to release your desires into our universal consciousness? And then your secondary task, if you choose, is to describe a parental figure you consider to be home for you, someone who's taught you how to love, to be of love, even when you may have not loved yourself, because we don't always love every part of ourselves. Anyway, yes, our law today is law of least effort. That's right, the law of least effort. Because you don't have to try so hard. You just have to be. That's all we have to be, is just literally exist and be in this moment and live happy and peacefully. But we have to choose that. We have to choose to just be. So the law of least effort. And with that being said, we're going to choose our rune and get on with our meditation. Did we get the one we wanted? We think we got the one we wanted. Ooh. Okay, we did, but we pulled it in reverse, which is not a bad thing, because remember, reverse does not mean, but we're gonna show you forward, just so you know what it means too. So this is joy, Wunjo, we think, and light. So joy, light, and we're pretty sure Wunjo will put it in the descriptions. But we pulled it in reverse, so we're gonna put it on in reverse, because sometimes to have joy, and keep in mind, joy, it doesn't mean like it's not the negative side of joy. It's not like it's pain or suffering. That's not what it is. It's saying that sometimes, right, when we choose joy in reverse, that we need to focus within, right? Not finding joy in this outside world, not finding joy through things and materialism and all this other nonsense in the matrix of it all, but finding the joy within that comes from the inside of us, the love that radiates from inside of us, because we can't show anyone else love until we love ourselves fully, 100%. All the aspects of yourself, even the parts that you think are unlovable, even the parts you think that are unforgivable. You have to love those parts too. It's just what you're called to do. You're also just called to be, so don't worry about it if you can't do it today. We don't always love ourselves fully. In fact, every day is a constant battle to love yourself. But it doesn't have to be a battle. It doesn't have to be a battle. It can be a joy. It can be peace. It can be love. It can be light. It can be Wunjo. And with that, we're gonna get started with our meditation. So remember, our focus is Yam, that's our mantra. And our mudra is this. Our color is green. This is the heart chakra. And we're focusing also on love and our spirit animals that you can choose any spirit animals, but the ones we've given you are antelope and deer, hummingbird and dove. We're gonna do just this so we love the light, but a little too much is coming in. So we're not sure if you can see us, but it's fine. We love the light. We're just gonna live in joy because everything's perfectly imperfect and it's divine. And we love it just the way it is. We love you just the way you are. Oh, right. We have to do our others first, because before we can clear our love chakra, we have to start from the very beginning. So Lam, Vam, Ram. Lam, Vam, Ram. Lam, Vam, Ram. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. The teacher and student in me honors the teacher and student in you. We love you unconditionally. And until tomorrow, bye for now, Wall.